You're listening to the Results Driven Organizations podcast with Dr. Taunya Lowe, a podcast of curated conversations with C-suite leaders and those who support organizational growth and development. Get ready for inspiring interviews, educational lessons, and thought-provoking discussions that will challenge you to execute something new and innovative that will drive results in your organization. And now, here's Dr. Taunya Lowe.
Hello, and welcome to Season 4. You're listening to the Results Driven Organizations podcast with Dr. Taunya Lowe, using my results-driven philosophy of strategy, leadership, teams, and customer experiences. I help organizations develop their best-kept secret, their human capital. This podcast is designed to expand the conversation with C-suite leaders and those who support organizational growth and development and what it really takes to create, develop, and maintain results-driven and high-performing organizations. We're diving into a critical topic that's really been on my mind lately, the importance of upskilling and reskilling our leaders. For more than a year now, I've been championing the cause of developing employees' skills and knowledge and bringing them up to date according to the World of Work report, the World Economic Forum report. And after a meeting a few weeks ago, it hit me like a ton of bricks. We've been overlooking a crucial piece of the puzzle. You see, while we've been focusing on our workforce, we've neglected the very people guiding them, the leaders. Think about it for a moment. How effective can an organization truly be if all the employees are developed, we're developing their skills, their mindsets, but the leadership remains stagnant? How often does that happen? I mean, just already in every day. When you go to a conference, you learn some new skills, you're moving in a new direction, but it's something about the leadership that's stopping you. It's like upgrading the engine of a car, but leaving an inexperienced driver behind the wheel. You see, the potential for growth and innovation is there, but without skilled leadership to guide it, the potential may never be fully realized. There are three key areas that stand out as critical indicators that leaders need developing too. And those three are critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and the ability to lead multi-generational teams. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, you are probably going to hear these three things in your sleep over this next season, but they're too important not to talk about. So first and foremost is critical thinking. We had an amazing critical thinking training we launched a couple of months ago called Unlocking Strategic Brilliance, the Art of Critical Thinking. Listen, in today's rapidly changing workplace landscape, business landscape, leaders need to be able to analyze complex situations, identify patterns, and make informed decisions quickly. But it's difficult to do that if you're using an old playbook, or you're making bias-based decisions, right? And so leaders need to question assumptions, consider multiple perspectives, anticipate potential outcomes, forecast, do all of these things. But without the skills, how can you expect your leaders to navigate the changes of tomorrow? Emotional intelligence is another crucial area for leadership development. As we move more towards collaborative and inclusive work environments, leaders need to be adept at understanding and managing their own emotions, as well as the emotions of their team members. So here's a quick story time. I was speaking with a colleague, and she was telling me that her team, they were doing a meeting, they were conducting a meeting, and someone in the meeting just stood up and basically had a temper tantrum because they didn't like what was being said. And so when she shared this with me and my team, My immediate thoughts were this is a behavior that has been coddled. This is a behavior that needs to be brought, bring that person in. But here's the thing. We always say that people are watching. What are we showing them? This is the behavior if it's not called out, if people are not held accountable. That is the type of behavior that is replicated in your organization. Look around. You don't have to take my word for it. Look around and see for yourself. I can tell you right now from my own experience, back in another life, I was working in an organization and I could see how the behaviors of one leader trickled down to other leaders. And not only did it create problems within the organization, the other employees were fearful. I'm going to tell you right now, we're a long way from that type of work environment. So when you think about emotional intelligence, these skills include empathy, active listening, the ability to motivate and inspire others, moderate your emotions and the emotions of others. A leader with high emotional intelligence can create a positive work culture, boost morale, and drive productivity. And we all know that productivity leads to more dollars. Bottom line, it affects the bottom line.
Season 4 of the Results Driven Organizations podcasts with Dr. Taunya Lowe is sponsored by EVA Online Virtual Assistants. Imagine having a team of dedicated professionals handling your day-to-day operations while you focus on leading and growing your business. With EVA Online, that dream becomes a reality. Their virtual assistants are experts in efficiency, helping you streamline processes and maximize productivity. To learn more, visit our show notes page, because your success starts with the right support. Now, back to the show.
Lastly, let's consider the challenge of leading a multi-generational workforce, multi-generational teams. And this is really key. So let's face it, today's workforce is diverse. It's more diverse than ever before. There are 5 generations working side by side. According to a 2020 Deloitte survey, 64% of business leaders cited managing a multi-generational workforce as a significant challenge. Each generation brings its own strengths, its own values, and communication styles to the table. And if you're stuck in, they should just do what I tell them to do, they should just do this, they should just sit in the corner and watch and listen and learn, you are sadly mistaken. So let me tell you about Gen Z, the newest entrants to the workforce. They're particularly reshaping workplace dynamics. They're born between 1997 and 2012, and they're expecting to make up 27% of the workforce by 2025. A study by Dell Technologies found that 80% of Gen Z aspire to work with cutting-edge technology, and 91% say technology would influence their job choice. Moreover, a report by Glassdoor revealed that 77% of Gen Z workers value a company's diversity and inclusion initiatives when considering job offers. Leaders need to be equipped with the skills to bridge generational gaps, fostering understanding and collaborative conversations across diverse teams. They need to know how to leverage the unique strengths of each generation, because everyone brings something valuable to the table. A 2022 survey by HIBUB found that 54% of HR professionals believe their managers struggle to lead multi-generational teams effectively. This underscores the urgent need for leadership development in this area. Leaders must learn to adapt their communication styles, mentoring approaches, and team building strategies to cater to a diverse workforce. When we upskill our leaders in multi-generational leadership, we create more inclusive, dynamic, and productive work environments. We create a work environment where people want to be. They feel seen, heard, and valued. And this not only improves team performance, but also it enhances satisfaction and retention across all generations. So what's the solution? Call me. Here's the solution. It's time we expanded our focus on upskilling and reskilling to include leadership ranks. This means investing in leadership development programs that go beyond traditional management skills. What are your strengths? What is your leadership style? I'm ringing the bell here. It's not about you. Leadership is about how you guide and groom and develop others. But it's not really your fault, because if no one has ever done those things to you and you've been leading, or done those things for you, and you've been leading by the seat of your pants, then how can we expect you to lead and develop other people into the future? We need to create opportunities for leaders to challenge their assumptions, expand your emotional capacity, and gain practical experience in navigating the complexities of today's workforce. Imagine the potential of an organization where both employees and leaders are continuously growing and adapting. Imagine that. The synergy would be amazing. Teams would be more innovative, more creative, more open to sharing their ideas, more resilient, and better equipped to tackle the challenges of the future. So what's your takeaway? I love asking that question in all of my trainings. If you've ever been in training with me, my question at the end is always, what's your takeaway? So I'm going to give you your takeaway. It's time for you to broaden your perspective on upskilling and reskilling. While developing your employees is crucial, you can't afford to neglect your leaders. By investing in leadership development, you're not just improving individual leaders, you're enhancing your entire organization's ability to adapt, innovate, and thrive. I want to challenge you to think about your own organization. Are you giving equal attention to developing your leaders alongside your employees? If not, it's time to start. Remember, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. By strengthening your leadership, you're reinforcing the entire chain of your organization, setting yourselves up for success for many years to come. Know that we are always here to assist you with your human capital development needs. Visit the show notes page, schedule a capabilities briefing call with us today. But in the meantime, keep learning, keep growing, and keep leading. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Visit the show notes to schedule a capabilities briefing call today. While you're there, grab a copy of Results Driven Organizations, the 4 Keys to a High Performance Workplace, and our special gift to you for being a valuable listener. Until next time.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Results Driven Organizations podcast with Dr. Taunya Lowe. Be sure to review the show notes for the resources mentioned, and don't forget to grab your free gift available at freegiftfromtanya.com. Until next time.